We're live again. As always, I'm joined by my good friend Christoph over at Ale Degustation.
Hello, everybody.
We have got two big beers to take a look at. We could almost say it's a bourbon barrel-aged special tonight. Yes, American and an English bourbon barrel-aged imperial stouts. The first one we're going to be taking a look at is the American one, which is from the Central Waters Brewing Co. They're out of, is it Wisconsin, is it, Christoph?
What do you say?
WI.
Yeah, Wisconsin. Yeah.
WI. I think that's Wisconsin. If that's said how it is, I'm not sure. I don't know. But a Peruvian morning Brewers Reserve.
And it's another case of not putting ABV on a bottle, so you don't know. Yeah. Really. You have to Google it. It's not on a website anymore because it's a special release, and they don't brew it anymore. So it's not on a website. So just guess. One site says 8%, but this is Brewers Reserve, so I would go for a higher ABV, and I think it's 11.7.
Still session beer then.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
For us, yeah. Why not?
I did have a quick scout prior to hitting the live button on the same thing, trying to find the ABV, and I come across exactly the same as you, an 8 and an 11.5%. I think the coffee in this is used by a company called LEJ's Roasting or something like that. We both picked these. These are the final two beers from our Brewdog box that we ordered. Looking forward to trying them both.
It's not available in a Brewdog anymore. The other beer still is, but
classic beer that is from Buxton.
Yeah, you have to be quick with guest beers because they just small batches and they're just going very quickly.
Yeah, they do have some good guest beers on there. To be fair, I can't knock them from that. I'm not their core stuff. It's it's been there and done it sort of thing. But the guest beers that come in, they do get some decent stuff, especially decent American stuff. I've never had anything from this brewery before. Have you?
Not yet. No.
Right. Let's get it cracked open then.
Yeah, Peruvian Morning Brewers Reserve malt beverage aged in used oak bourbon barrels with coffee added. Well, sounds very nice.
It does sound very nice.
Cup is quite interesting and mysterious. It looks like some Native American stuff.
I think it's the brewer's logo. It's some sort of bird on there, a stork or something. I don't know.
Well, yeah, it can be. It can be.
It's, kill that. Right.
Ooh,
let's get it.
Nice aroma.
Oh yeah.
Oh, lots of coffee
popping out of the bottle, so it's going to be pretty glorious in the glass.
Wow, it's so thick. There are some tiny ruby flashes through the beer. It's very, very dark brown, beige head, but it's disappearing very quickly. With this ABV, it's very common. It's very hard to achieve a foam on such a strong beer. Wow, this is very, very nice.
Ooh, boozy coffee in it all the way.
Oh yeah, but you know what? It's very pleasant aroma.
It's not too intense, is it? It's like a lovely sort of milk chocolate, sweet milk chocolatey, not full-bodied coffee, but you do pick that coffee up. It's like a milky coffee sort of smell to me.
Yes, but it's on the side is like a bourbon oak deck somewhere with a little bit of vanilla Yeah, it's very pleasant, and it's nice. It's soft. It's not,
it's not going up the nostrils and attacking it, is it?
Yeah.
No, nice and steady on the aroma.
Adding to other flavors and aromas, and it's quite nicely balanced aroma. Very nice.
Yeah, lovely sort of like peachy woodiness to it.
Yeah, definitely you can smell bourbon.
Mm.
And openness and
everything. Mate.
Yeah, I think it's the only thing that we can do. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's so soft, so creamy, velvety.
I'm going to be inclined to go on the higher ABV version, I think. Oh,
it's lots of cocoa. Definitely cocoa, dark chocolate, and then somewhere on the side coffee and roastiness. Some soury accents, but it can come from coffee actually. But it's lots of sweetness, stickiness, even. It's almost syrupy.
Yeah. Wow. Oily, slick, sticky. That bourbon, really, that's bouncing for me, real big time.
Yeah. It's very nice presence.
Yeah. I'm getting that whack of alcohol, a nice pleasant warmth,
yeah, but still it's quite nicely hidden.
Definitely
like, hints of alcohol. Yes, a little bit of warming sensation, a little bit of a bourbon flavor.
It complements everything
actually
in there,
harsh alcohol.
No.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. There's no harshness in that whatsoever. Like I say, that warmth complements all them flavors that are popping in there at the moment. I say that, definitely the star of the show, flavor wise, is that woody bourbon mouthfeel. I mean, that's just lingering. The coffee complements it somewhere in the middle. It's not too intense, is it, that coffee?
Yeah. Coffee is on the side. Actually, it's more chocolate and cocoa that brings all those flavors, which are mixed with bourbon, and low carbonation just mixed all those things a little bit, but because it's so low, it just helps you to enjoy and relax with this beer.
Yeah, definitely. It's an exceptional imperial stout from the USA. I can't remember what we paid for it. Was it about five quid a bottle, something like that?
You know what? I can't remember, but definitely it's worth to pay.
Yeah, well worth it. Yeah, that's an exceptional imperial stout. There's no two ways about it.
Those kind of beers have to be pricey because it's a very, very long process. First, you have a very expensive beer to brew because it's rich. Then you have expensive add-ons, and then you have aging process in barrels, which will take a long time. So you have to have capacity to store this beer doing nothing. That's why it's so expensive. But you know what? The result, it's exceptional.
Yeah. It's worth every bloody penny, without a shadow of a doubt. It's it's a fantastic beer. I do get that little bit of sourness that you touched on as well on the back end, fruity sort of sourness to it, but subtle.
Yeah, you know what? For example, my wife likes sour coffee, so like a Krunung. It is quite sour. I don't like it really, but yes, you can have such coffees that are quite sour, and there are people that like it, like my wife, for example. But anyway, it is a pretty good beer. If you only can, try it, because it is quite limited version. So yeah, if you only can buy it, you have to try it.
Yeah, I mean, we got these the back end of last year, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I can't remember when was it November when we ordered them, or September?
Yeah, definitely before Christmas.
But I think that's the kind of format Brewdog work on when they're getting a batch of beers in from the States, for example, like this one. There was quite a few Central Waters beers on their website, wasn't there? But this one took our fancy. You know, the name and the style of beer.
Yeah, and you know what? This is a good example of having American beer, because it's an imperial stout. It doesn't matter if it will be old; it will be even better.
Better and better, yeah.
So
definitely.
It is a different story with IPAs, which they have to be very fresh, and American breweries doesn't want to sell them to Europe because they will not be fresh for their standards. But imperial stouts, you can keep it. You can age it for yourself for a few years. But you know what? I would recommend first try how it is fresh. And then make some notes. And after a few years, if you have another bottle, check how this actual beer aged. You know, it can be very interesting. But if you don't know how it was on fresh, what you can say? Really, the whole aging process is worth when you try the fresh beer first. So this is my recommendation. If you have beer that you want to age, you know, in your cellar, for example, try the fresh one first, so you know the point what you're getting from, and then after, if you have few bottles, you can taste the same beer every year or every 2 years, whatever you like, and you will notice a difference. If you don't know the starting point, what's the point to age the beer if you don't know the difference?
Yeah, definitely. Just a little lowdown on the spiel on the bottle. I mean, yeah, it's. I'm guessing maybe this bottle is a 2018 version, but it goes back to 2012 when they started making the vintage series of this particular beer. A bourbon barrel-aged imperial stout made with freshly roasted Emmy J's coffee. This beer is as complex as it gets. Flavors of vanilla, and I always struggle with vanilla. Yeah, I put my hands up.
It is a little bit in woodiness. You can find the vanilla.
Vanilla tannins and coffee meld together to create a flavor as deep as the ravines of the Peruvian Andes. Yeah, glorious stuff, really. What would you give it out of 10 then, Christoph?
Well, it's a very good beer. I would get it like even 10. It's very nice. But definitely it's a 2018 version because it's a not here. So it just says you which year it is. So they have the same label from 2012. Looks like.
I'll go a solid 9 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, it's very good beer. Very good.
Yeah. Let's say oily slickness. All them flavors in there tend to sort of hang around as well. They don't just fade away quite sharpish. It sort of like just coats the palate and stays there for a while.
Yeah. You know, with the scoring process, you don't know, because you are always afraid to give 10 because it will be always something better, right? But definitely it is a perfect beer. So yes, if you would give a 10, okay, if I will get a better beer, would I give 10 the same? And it will be, like, well, I would like to give 10.5 or something.
Yeah. I get what you mean.
But you know the meaning. Before between 9 and 10, actually the difference is personal preference, right? You really don't know. You guess that it can be something better, but for you at this moment, it's perfect. And for me, at this moment, it's perfect. Probably if I will try the next beer, it will be even better.
Yeah.
But because it's only because we are comparing them to side by side. And with lots of beers, when you drink them separately, they are perfectly nice. Just comparison to different beer makes a difference.
Yeah, we've come across that scenario quite a few times, haven't we? When we've done this double review with certain beers, the same sort of style, one sort of head and shoulders above the rest when you're side by side in it. But yeah, like you say, if we were just doing this and that was it, then yeah, singing its praises, and rightly so as well, because it is an absolutely fantastic beer and there's no getting away from it. I mean, the score thing. I mean, we both don't do scores on our normal videos, but just a bit of fun when we do this live stuff, just to see where we're at gauge wise. But my sort of philosophy is, it's a great beer. Would I buy it again? Definitely. It goes over that line where I would definitely look into purchasing that beer again if I come across it. That makes it a good beer for me because I want to go back to it again.
Yeah, in different circumstances, there are different approaches to the beer. If you have a simple lager, yes, it's good. When you don't expect anything, it's good, right? But if you have like a special add-ons in a beer, a special hops, the bar rises a little bit, and then you will find, okay, this is just a plain lager. It's nothing special. How I could rate it good when I have something better? Yes, but it's a different beer. If you would add those things to the other beer, probably it will be something different, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is complicated, but that's why we have channels. So we can try those beers and you can compare what we think with what you think about beers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing there's people out there that absolutely detest imperial stouts. Is each to your own. That's my philosophy. I'm not going to knock somebody if they don't like these sort of style of beers.
But that's why it's so many different styles.
Yeah.
Everyone can find something that they like.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest saison fan. I mean, I'll try it. I'll dip my toes in the water and have a few now and again, but it's not a style that I gravitate to.
Yeah,
this sort of style, right up my street. As long as lagers, pilsners, IPAs, But that's just how it is. Right, I'm going to just check the comments quickly, and before we move on to the next beer, we've got Lewis Beer Reviews and Hobby Beers. Hey Dean, how you doing, mate? You all right? Jeff Jameson, yes, Wisconsin, yeah. Kent Beer Reviews. Hello, Craig. Hi, guys. Craft Beer Pause. He says, cheers. Cheers back to you, buddy. Charles Don, hashtag Real Ale Guide. Oh, that would have been from... because I'm doing a live review tomorrow with the Beer Hooligan, and I think he went on his live feed and mentioned something yesterday or something. Rod J, cheers, gents. And then Charles Don again, evening, guys. Yeah,
thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I hope you enjoy watching that.
A good start to this live review with an exceptional Imperial Stout from America. But now
I think we should raise the bar again.
Buxton is in the house.
Yes, yes. It is a very, very complicated label because it's very dark.
Yeah, I'm to say it all, to be honest.
Yeah, very dark. You have copper color drawing and letters.
What is it?
It's very hard to see. But what I think it just depicts moon shining, right, in the middle of the Kentucky forest.
Okay.
This is my impression because you have a kettle there, right?
Yeah, and I can see that. You can see a fire going. Yeah.
Yeah, between the woods. Yeah. So what it says, it's hard to say. You have to like angle the bottle to see the letters.
Yeah.
Natural, unfiltered, and unpasteurized. Ingredients: water, barley, oats, wheat, hops, yeast. And I think that's it. Kentucky Woods Imperial Stout. From England, 13.8%. Single
session beer.
Yes. Single distillery bourbon barrel aged for 12 months in fresh Kentucky oak, which previously held one of the finest bourbon whiskies. But which one? And that's the story. Because it's not a most famous Kentucky whiskey as a Jack Daniels. No, it is Heaven Hill Bourbon.
Oh, Heaven Hill, yeah, I've heard of them.
Heaven Hill Bourbon. Well, they produce lots of different stuff, but this is, I think, the main production theme in Kentucky, because they use fresh barrels, so you can have loads of flavor from the fresh wood, and then they themselves to make a nice beers, right? But on the other hand, why they use fresh barrels? Because it's cheaper and much faster, right? At least in a Jack Daniels case. But it gives lots of woody flavor to the bourbon. Oh, sorry, it's a Kentucky whiskey. You can't say bourbon, but technically it is a bourbon, right? Because it's a lot of corn in it. But anyway, it is a single distillery bourbon barrel age. So, is it a single malt? I don't know. I didn't try it before. Well, if we have such viewers that they tried this bourbon or whiskey, Kentucky whiskey, we would like to hear how it tastes. Why not? Anyway, it is a very nice label, very nice bottle, 13.8. So I'm anxious to open it.
I'm very keen to. Let's get on with it. Let's go.
It's plain, so just open it. Ooh, nice. You know what? It just smells like milk stout. So soft and
it's not as intense on the opening as the other one, is it?
Pretty nice, right?
It's smelling good.
How it looks. Oh,
we've got another glugger, Christoph.
Wow, like you see, it's very, very dark.
Whoa.
You can have a little bit of ruby flashes through, but it's just tiny.
Head,
it's small but very dense and brown.
No, I've got
bubbles.
Got a nice, decent head on mine.
Perfect. Looks perfect. Ooh, lots of coffee. Lots of coffee there. Much more than the previous beer.
Oddly enough, even if that Central Waters beer is 11.5%, or it might be the 8%, but I'm edging my bets on it's the 11.5. This one doesn't smell as boozy as it. Yeah, no, it's 13.8. No.
It's just plain coffee.
Yeah, just a lovely coffee whiff to it, really.
Of red fruits, little bit of smoothness. Like I said, first impression is it's a milk stout, sweet.
Yeah, just a lovely milky coffee whiff to it. That's very, very deceiving, that is, isn't it?
It's very delicate, smooth. You have a little bit of woodiness and bourbon, but it's on the side. Well, it's very nice, smooth beer. Okay,
let's crack on. We've got going on this one, buddy.
Cheers. Oh,
mamma mia! Oh, bang! Oh, you just kicked it. That bourbon's just kicked in now.
Yeah. It is a hidden treasure here.
It's a slow starter, but then it's bang! You get that massive boozy intensity to it.
Yeah, because first
chocolate on this one.
Nice slow introduction. You have coffee, creaminess, some sweetness, and then you have like a nice punch of woody bourbon, roastiness even, with a little bit of alcohol. But it's so nice, and then goes to the little bit alcohol filled bitterness on the end, which is like, very roasty coffee, but with the alcohol twist. Well, definitely you can taste bourbon.
Yeah, that's it's a bloody deceiving beer for me. Really is, because you're almost greeted with not nothingness, but a real subtle milky coffee, and then just all out of nowhere, just you get this bourbon explosion in your mouth.
Burst, yes.
Back end. I mean, God, both beers, to be fair, are deceiving as heck on the ABV. Really are. You've got an Imperial Stout in your hands. There's no getting away from it. But the ABV on it, they've done an absolutely tremendous job of just masking it, really. There's not a lot coming through other than a little bit of warmth.
Yeah, but you know what? You have this bourbon flavor, but also then you have woodiness, and some smokiness on the end.
A little bit of camp. Yeah, I was going to say a little bit of campfire.
Yeah,
a little bit of charriness to it,
especially on the end, which is quite bitter for the Imperial Stout. It's quite bitter, but it is a mixture of bitter coffee with hoppiness. You can taste the hoppiness there. It's a little bit earthy, little bit herbal. Very nice.
Yeah, absolute dream.
But anyway, alcohol, you can taste it, but it's so fine, so lovely that you would like to have it even more. what is odd in beers, usually you want to have alcohol very well hidden, but here you would like to more bourbon in it. It would be even better. Yeah, it's
do a little side by side now, just to see where we're sitting flavor wise.
Well, this one I think it's more thicker.
Yeah, yeah, it's got a definitely the full body, more full bodied.
Oh, this is a session beer. Definitely, if you compare it, this is a session beer.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy, isn't it?
Light, isn't it?
It's nothing to it. Yeah, yeah, nothing to it. When you sit it alongside that, and then you take a sip of that Central Waters, absolutely poles apart the body, the flavor profile. I mean that's not disrespecting the brewery or anything like that. No, I'm not going down that road. That's just two completely different imperial stouts using the bourbon barrel process. Yeah, head and shoulders apart.
Yeah, so if you would compare your first judgment, and you gave 9.
Yeah.
So what's this? This is 10 at least.
All day long. 10 out of 10 all day long.
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
It's not fair. It's not fair to compare those two beers because they are
no.
both fantastic, but
both yeah. Both outstanding imperial stouts in their own right. Yeah, by no means is it a put down or anything like that. No, I'm not going down that road.
That's why we don't do such thing as
yeah. It wouldn't be fair.
Putting scores on the beers.
I would if I saw a Central Waters Peruvian Morning Imperial Stout on a website, I'd add it to my basket. If I saw the Buxton Brewery Kentucky Woods, I would add that to my basket.
Yeah, definitely.
Both two really, really good Imperial Stouts that I would definitely purchase again.
Yeah, you would not be disappointed. Definitely.
No. It's been a very, very long time since I've had a Buxton beer. I can't remember the last one I had, but it's going back over a year. It's got to be. And so it's a nice introduction back to Buxton, because I know they've got a decent reputation, and rightly so. Knocking out beers like this,
Yeah,
fair play to guys.
First world class. It's just definitely something that you would look for to drink.
Kent Beer Review sounds fantastic. I think this is still available locally to me, Kentucky Woods. I'd go for it, Craig. I'd grab a bottle, mate. I would. You wouldn't be disappointed. And I know you appreciate a good Imperial Stout, mate. So
this is pretty good beer.
I'd grab a bottle. It's beautiful. The mouthfeel. It's a full-bodied Imperial Stout, isn't there? Without a doubt.
Yeah.
A lot more clingy than the other one, even though that the flavors in that really sort of rolled about a lot. This one, it's a beauty. It's a beauty.
It is just a step above, league of itself.
Yeah,
just a pure pleasure to drink it.
Yeah, it is. It is an absolute pleasure. I don't like winter because of the cold and the weather, but when it comes to the winter and you go on these sort of styles, it makes winter that little bit better, doesn't it? If you know what I mean.
Well, it
bearable.
It makes it, excuse a little bit easier, right? But you can drink imperial stouts all year long. Why not?
Yeah.
By the way,
something I've never done.
I think yesterday or today it was Porter Day. Well, I think we are more like fulfilling the this holiday. Why not? With such a exceptional beers.
Yeah. I always do it, and I'm shamefully I'm terrible at remembering sort of like how many reviews that we've done, but it's quite a few that we've done now, maybe over 30 now, something like that. This is probably one of the best degustations that we've done beer wise, and we've had some really good beer.
Oh yes,
live beer reviews. We've had some real good beer.
You know what? Actually, all our live degustations were actually exceptional good.
Yeah. We haven't had too many dead ducks.
Simple beers from Green King. They were good.
Yeah, the Abbott beers you're referring to.
Yeah.
I've like you. I've got an open mind when it comes to beer. I respect pretty much all styles of beer.
Well, I think you should try the normal, average beers from time to time to have a level to judge other beers, right? Because why they are so popular? Because they are drinkable. You know what? If you have a good lager, even if it's a simple lager, it delivers. It delivers pleasure. It delivers thirst quenching. Why not? Why not? In the perfect circumstances, if it's hot outside, you have a barbecue, whatever this is the perfect beer for this occasion. So and such a beer like this one would not feel fit in these circumstances. Yes, you have different beers, and different beers are for different occasions. You should enjoy them like they are. Why not?
Yeah. No, I agree with you 100%. We had a really last year. We had a really great summer, and it never sort of went away. Really, it was hot all the time. I work outside for a living. You do sort of like 10, 11, 12 hours graft out in it, and it wears you down in the end because you've got the heat beaming on you all the time. You're doing a physical manual job. When you come home, like I did a lot of times in the summer, sitting in the garden, get the old brolly up, get out of the shade, get a can of Heineken. I was happy with that. It was great. I loved it. It did the job. I was parched.
Yeah, you know what? In this case, you have something to drink and enjoy without thinking about this, right?
Yeah. Switch off from it.
Yeah. If the beer has no faults and you can't what I'm drinking, it will be fine.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what it is. If it will be session IPA or just a simple lager or season, whatever, if it delivers, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
And this is the case because like in history, the beers were much worse than we have now. They were just now we can compare them to home brew, right? So every time they were different. Most often they were very muddy, with lots of faults, but people were still drinking them because it was the only option that they had in area, because it was only one inn brewing beer. So yeah, why not?
I had a friend. He came over. I hadn't seen him for a couple of months. He came over to mine a week or so ago, and I, come in. Do you fancy a beer? He was, yeah, go on. Then I'll have a beer. I'm a big fan of the love and hate out of Tesco's, the Vocation beer.
Yeah,
I seem to order it on a weekly basis now with the shopping. A couple of cans. I think it's an exceptional beer for the price. And I poured one, and I said to my mate, I said, "Here, try this." He said, "I'm not drinking that. It's cloudy." Something's not right with that. I'm not drinking that. I said, "Well, smell it." And he smelled it, and he said, "Well, it smells all right, but it don't look very good. I'm not interested." But he's from the John Smith's sort of Tetley, John Smith's, Boddington's.
He's very tied to the roots of the local beer.
Yeah. He will not budge on it. And I said,
to try anything else.
Yeah, he's almost afraid of it. The look of it makes him uneasy about it. So he would not try it point blank. He would not try it. I said, would you try it if you were blindfolded? No, I'm not. I don't like the look of it. I'm not having it. So yeah, I was fair enough. Whatever.
Well, actually, we saw such a different beers with different textures, with different look, muddy, clear, something between, different colors, even green, blue beers. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially what for the it will be a shortly season for them. Green beers from for St. Patrick's Day. They all green because of the green flag. That's it. Nothing else. They're just adding a little bit of coloring. It's just simple lager. It's green. Yeah, good. St. Patrick's beer.
Yeah, that's when Guinness sales go through the roof, isn't it?
Oh yes, definitely.
Well, but again, I mean that's a mass-produced beer that I have quite a few cans of that now and again.
Oh, what? Actually, the porter and stout were the first mass-produced beers in the world.
Yeah.
Can you remember the London's Flood? So the porter's kettle just burst and whole London was flooded. Few people died. Few others just had their stomachs burst because they were drinking from the streets.
Yeah.
Yeah. But such a capacity when they had just wooden kettles, and barrels, nothing else, to flood London.
Okay, what we got here? Alex, the beer master. What's up, Dean?
Fine.
Hello, Alex. Yeah, I'm pretty chuffed to bits actually with this hangout, mate. Yeah, I'm pleasantly.
Yeah, especially when you compare this the Peruvian morning, it is like a breakfast stout or something.
Well, talking of breakfasts, I watched your pancake video.
Yeah,
yeah. I know you when you reviewed the actual beer and you were toying with the idea of doing something like that, and then you did. Yeah.
But definitely it's something different that you would think about pancakes, right? It is like very traditional way of making pancakes. You can have pancakes with the jams or whatever you would like to put in. Yeah, but with just the village cheese, it's great. It can be very simplistic. In the video, I've done like hardcore version with 3 different flours, but it can be just a plain flour with cheese, just a little bit of vanilla, sugar, and cream, nothing else, and still will be perfect.
Yeah. Have you got sort of like ideas of maybe doing some more videos like that? Because that seems to be the in thing now, doesn't it? With a few beer reviewers that are doing like food things.
I think about baking gingerbread or honey cake crossover, something like this. With the stout could be nice. Then, of course, there's a lots of different things that you can do with beer. You can make a soup. You can have a cereal with the beer. Why not? I remember in 1990s when I read on Kellogg's cornflakes package that you can have cornflakes with the beer. Oh, well, okay, we can try. We can try. Why not? Yeah, this is an option, but it was actual serving proposal on a package with a beer.
Okay. No. I've never come across that before, but each to your own.
Plain cornflakes with beer. Why not?
Okay. Yeah, I probably wouldn't do that myself, but yeah, whatever.
Well, it's just different way of having cereal on the morning. Why not? Unless you have to drive.
Yeah.
That's the problem. This actually, I was doing this video on the afternoon because I'm driving every day. So what can I do? It is a breakfast stout video, but an afternoon, unfortunately. It was a very nice tea for kids. They love it. They said it's exceptional. Yeah.
Yeah. It's starting to sort of like kick in a little bit now, though.
Well, you know what? If you compare those beers, the Peruvian morning it's a breakfast stout, very light, casual.
Yeah, easy going, knock it back. No worries there.
Yeah, nice. Just remind you that we scored this beer very highly, and it was exceptional, high ABV, and But this one just knock it out.
Yeah. But equally both two fantastic imperial stouts without a doubt.
Yeah.
Central Waters, Peruvian Morning, Brewers Reserve, exceptional beer, all the same. And then the Buxton Brewery, Kentucky Woods.
Different kind of shoes.
Fantastic stuff. I think we'll call it a day there for this live review. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for all the watches.
Thank you very much.
Stay tuned for the next live review, which will be whenever. We don't know what beer we're going to get, but we're going to talk about that
next time, hopefully.
Yeah. Thanks all the same. Cheers.